Okay, in this video we're going to go over the SmartRate contracts list of basically all your contracts. So to get to SmartRate in your contracts, you simply click on SmartRate on the left hand side over here and then click on contracts. You'll then have a list of all your contracts. The default sorting is by the last contract that you worked on. So this was the last contract I worked on. And from a glance it's pretty straightforward. You have the name of the company, the name of the contract, who owns that contract. This is really for management so they can see who owns that customer. And then if there was a change order or a cancel order, it will show up here in red. And then the stations that contract is, or I should say that commercial is running on. And then your run dates, start date, end date, and the created date. You also have some other information by type and status. What kind of contract it is it a draft, has it been signed, and then your contract number. Now we have something called bulk actions. Just like in Connect, you can do bulk actions to many contracts at once. So if you want to edit all of these at once, sorry, not edit, I should say move them around, or you just want to do a few at a time, you can do that. You don't have to select them all. From there you can send them to the archive or the trash. So all that is just a way for you to clean up your contract list. So if you want to send stuff to the archive, so let me go over this real quick. We created the archive and the trash. They're essentially the same. The trash is just for contracts that you don't think you're ever going to see again, but we created it because nothing in the system gets thrown away. That way, if you have to get it out of the trash, you can. The archive is a way for you to clean up just your regular contract list, which we're on here now. Then you have your archive. So the archive, again, is just to kind of clean up your contract list, and it puts it into the archive to where you can get into those contracts and see them in the future if you need to. And then again, your trash is for really essentially cleaning your archive. So it's really all there is to it. There's really not a lot to explain there. And then you can sort your list by customer. And then also we have a filter over here if you click on that button. And then if you want to see all your contracts, your active contracts, contracts that have been rejected by your manager, contracts that have actually been submitted to your manager, contracts that have been approved by your manager, and then contracts / commercials that are actually on the air. So that's pretty much it on that. So let's get into the actual contract and what we can view and do from here. So if you want to view the contract, all you have to do is click on the name here. It then opens the contract and you have all your information you need, the totals, and then what days it runs, the day parts, and then any changes that were made will be down here. You can also print the contract from here. You have your weekly, monthly, or summary. So if you wanted to actually print it out from here, you could do that. Click on monthly there. And then we'll build the contract out and we'll show you what that screen looks like. And then here's our contract. So all we have to do from here is click on the, it's kind of the old school floppy disk. I think some of you remember those. And then we just save it as a PDF and then we can print it off once it's saved. So once it's saved down here, all we have to do is click on that. And that is it. So then we could print the contract from there easy enough. So I'm going to go ahead and close this, close that. I'm going to close the contract. And so let's go over to the action button. So from the action button, we can view or edit the contract. The same thing as clicking on the title here. So view, edit. We can view the customer history from here. So if you're going, you know what, I want to look at the history of what I said to that client in the past without having to go to your to connect the CRM to your customer list, you don't have to do that. You can print from here just like we saw in the contract when we opened it up. You can print your weekly, monthly, which is the one that we downloaded, and then your summary. And from here you can send the archive or send the trash just like we talked about earlier, but this would be doing one at a time. And then one feature we have here that's real nice is you can duplicate a contract. So when you duplicate a contract, you can either apply it to that same customer. So if you have a customer that has like a really long, complex contract, you're going, geez, I don't want to have to do all that again. That took me forever. You can duplicate the contract and have it go into the next year. But you can also duplicate the contract and use it for another customer if you want. So if it's a real complex contract and you just need to change a few things on it, you can easily duplicate the contract and use that complex contract for another client. So that's pretty much it. The next few videos that we will go over is the actually building a contract, and I guess that's it for now. So don't forget, guys, you can always get a hold of us real easily by clicking on the Get Help button down here, and we also have the 800 number. So we don't want anybody to ever get frustrated with the system. Just get a hold of us, have questions, we'll show you how to do it, or if you even have any ideas on how we can make our system better, let us know.